Hello, everyone. I am gonna draw some more tea bags, and I'm gonna retry my last experiment. I had said I was gonna do negative space, and then immediately ended up doing way more detail than that. So I'm gonna force myself to use a tool that does not lend itself to detail, and that is these paint sticks. So I'm going to start with a little bit of an outline, and I'm going to do that in the non-photo blue pencil again, just because I'm really trying to get accustomed to this pencil, and I do really like it. It's quite nice. Um, so we'll get started with that, and I'm gonna put up a picture of the tea bags, and you can follow along. So I'm gonna do a contour line drawing. Now, when I do a contour line drawing, I am really not focusing too much on it being a continuous line. Actually, I'm really not focusing on it being a continuous line. Um, I think continuous line drawings are helpful for learning. They're a good tool, but they aren't really my jam. I'd rather do a little bit of an outline here and then come back and um, um, clean up those details, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Uh, Again, I'm not striving for perfection or realism here. Just really trying to get the vibe of this, I guess, is what I want to say. Um, and I'm pretty off here in terms of my proportions. Yeah, I'm feeling really out of practice these days. I have not been practicing drawing from life. Um, my life has been a little too hectic with work, and that has just kind of left me with less time to draw than I would like. And I've also been doing some stuff focusing on my health. So, a lot of stuff going on with that. You can check out my health channel, Less is More Healthy, where I talk about my chronic illness and what that entails. All right. So, here we go. We've got a cast shadow there. All right. So, I'm not sure you can even see that on screen, but all right. I think I'm going to do the shadows in this. I'm going to block in some shadows with the dark blue here. I'm going to work in big shapes with these. These really force me to work in big shapes and not very much detail at all. I will be able to go back in and clean up the details. I do know that my favorite pens will not work well on this at all. So that is a thing to consider when you are thinking about your materials. This paint in these paint sticks is much more like a oil pastel than it is anything else. So I'm going to use some orange in this tea bag, and I think more red in the other tea bag. Yeah, the combination of the blue paint stick will give us some nice shadows. This is more of a pinky color over here than it is true red. So I'm not going to add too much red. I think they both need some yellow to get the correct coloring. I think I added too much orange over here. So what I am trying not to do here is add um, too much paint to the page, because I am planning on getting some brushes out and moving it around a little bit with a little bit of water. Um, add some brown in there. So I don't want too much of this paint stick in here. It's just not what I want. I think for this up here, I'm gonna go for the pink. And this would be the negative shapes. So I'm just doing big shapes, I guess, not negative shapes. I think this is more in line with my way of working than negative space drawings. Um, but basically, negative space drawing is you block out these big shapes in the background, and you don't really look at the piece as a whole. You look at it as well. You look at no, you do look at it as a whole. You don't look at it as the details, is what I'm trying to say. It is hard to talk while you are drawing, at least for me. All right. And I think I'm going to add some of this purple in here for some of the shadowing we got going on. I think that's going to give us some nice shadow in there. Darken up with that, all of that. Okay. Now I'm going to use this. I don't even know. This is some cheap brush that I got. All right. I'm going to use that to kind of move this stuff around a little bit. Obviously, I'm going for super bright colors and not realism. Actually, I think this was a brush I used only for glue. Um, yeah. So the good thing here is that the adding in the water pushes the color down into the pencil lines. This paper is very soft, and I did have some, I did do watercolors on the back side of this paper, so it is already pre-softened, if you will, by that action. Might need to use a bigger brush. This paper is a wee bit delicate, but it seems to be doing okay so far. This brush is terrible. It's been ruined with glue. That's not great. But it is doing the job. All right, so that's a really kind of messy little background. I'm going to hit it with the heat gun. So all right, so that feels pretty dry. Um, these really force me to be loose in a way I'm not overly a fan of. So I'm gonna use again the Uniball Signo in bold. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna clean up some of, well, I'm gonna add lines. I'm gonna add details here. So as predicted, the um, gel pen is kind of skipping on some of the surfaces a little bit. It's not as bad as I expected it to be, but it is kind of skipping around in a way that is a little annoying. I just got caught up in the drawing here and not talking. It's always a good sign, I think, about a drawing if it's making me not want to talk. So I'm adding a little bit of cross hatching in here to kind of clean up some of this. And I'm finding the rim of the bowl where I tried to keep the white is an area where the pen is struggling to stick. And it's actually causing some blobbing. This pen is not usually a blobber. It's usually very good about being a nice smooth pen. Like I said, I'm adding a little bit of cross hatching here just to further define some stuff. Now, this was a pretty quick. I think when you add in a fair amount of like blocky color, it really simplifies the drawing and makes it kind of come together faster, I guess is the right way to put it. Yeah, this came together a lot more quickly than I would have expected. I think I kind of like this style a lot more than I thought I was going to. I mean, these are not my favorite material by any stretch. They're effective and all of that, but they're never going to be my favorite. I prefer cleaner, more detail oriented materials. Obviously, my go-to is a pen, but these are a pretty solid choice for big blocks of color. That I'm going to pretend that pun was on purpose because they're solid tempera. But I'm easily amused. Okay. So yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that. So it's mixed gel stick and 207 in bold. All right. So I like that one a lot better. It's got a certain cartoony vibe, and I think it's from the bright, bold colors of this. And I kind of the combination of the bright, bold colors and the fat point on this pen, I think, is giving it that cartoony look. I wonder what I did. I know I have somewhere around here a. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna add in. Yeah, this one does not work all that well. I've had some trouble with the Uniball bold gel pen writing well. This one in particular I've been having problems with. Yeah, I wanted to add back some of the whites, but it's not happening with that. We can use China marker. I think a little bit of white highlight there. highlight there. Yeah, this is feeling a lot more cartoony with the addition of the white, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Okay, cool. China marker, that's where it's at. All right, anyway, with that, I really appreciate you for being here. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Maybe hit subscribe. I know most of you coming to this channel are not subscribed, and that's okay. But it's great if you can subscribe and hit the notification icon so you get notified about when I upload any new videos. So with that, I'm going to say thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.